Hello, thanks for joining Elnaz Yoga 360. Today I want to do a short video on poses in yoga that helps with releasing sciatica pain and SI joints pain. So I just wanted to mention that it's a good idea to discuss these poses with your doctors in advance, or if again you're in so much pain it might not be feasible for you to do these poses. However, these are general instructions and general poses which help with relieving those nerves and eventually relieving the pain. So when you're ready, just get on your mat and very gently hug both knees into your chest. Press the knees into your chest and stay here for 5 to 6 deep breaths. This pose is called Apanasana in Sanskrit, and it's one of the great poses to stretch the lower back and the lumbar spine as you might feel it right now. And therefore it's also stretching a lot of muscles like piriformis muscles, SI joints, and some of the nerves passing through the hips. When you're ready, just extend your left leg to the front. Hug the right knee into your chest. Flex both feet, so you're pushing the heels out. Stay here, breathe in and breathe out. And when you're ready, let's switch the legs. Flex both feet again. Just hug the left knee into your chest. Breathe in and breathe out. Great job. Now when you're ready, put both feet on the floor and widen the feet as wide as your mat. And gently lower the knees all the way to the left side. You can bring your arms alongside of, extend your arms to the side, one to the right, one to the left. And gently bring the knees all the way to the right side. So this is called the windshield wiper. As you can see, the pose is going to the left and right like a windshield. So gently do these. This is a great pose for stretching the lower back muscles, the nerves passing through those areas, and again affecting the nerves, basically helping the nerves which might cause sciatica pain. And then come back to the center. Now let's bring both knees to the right side like a fetal position, and you're also turning to the right. Gently get help from your left hand and come all the way to the seated position. And then from here we're going to start with a little bit of cat-cow, which is a great pose for spinal flexibility. Coming to your tabletop, so your shoulders are over your wrists, your hips are over your knees. Let's start with this cat-cow, but we want to do a segmented way of cat-cow pose. So just open the chest to the front, inhale here, pull the navel in, and with your exhale I want you to keep your chest and heart forward, starting with your tailbone, then eventually getting to the neck and the head. Again, inhale. So again, starting with your tailbone. So again, keeping your head here, coiling your tailbone, getting to the stomach, and all the way getting to the neck and head. Now again, starting with your tailbone. First the tailbone, and then getting to the back, thoracic spine and neck, and eventually looking to the front. Starting with the tailbone again. So coming to your cat. Starting with the tailbone, you're curving your back, coming to your cow. And in terms of breathing, when you're here, you're inhaling with your exhale when you're going to your cat. Continue doing this for at least 6 or 7 rounds. You can feel free to do more if you want at home. There is no harm in this pose. So again, doing the cat. And eventually you come to the tabletop position, which is a neutral position. Let's walk your hands once to the front. Let's give one stretch to the torso, to the top of the body. So you're keeping your legs and hips where they are and only melting your heart toward the floor. Pressing your hands to the floor. Stay here, breathe in and breathe out. And then very gently walk your hands back. And let's lean forward. This is the next pose. So leaning forward, your shoulders are passing your wrists. Leaning forward, and with your exhale, gently sit back to your child pose. So you're sitting back to the child pose, putting forehead on the floor. We want to do this dynamically. So again, you're coming up. Inhale here. With your exhale, gently sit back and going to child pose. Again, coming up. Inhale here. Exhale, sit back to the child pose. Let's do this again. Inhale, coming to the front. Exhale, sit back to the child pose. Let's do this 2 more times. Inhale to the front. Exhale, sit back to the child pose. And last time, inhale to the front. Exhale, sit back to the child pose. Stay in your child pose and walk your hands to the right side. Let's give a lateral stretch to the left side of the body. Breathe in and breathe out. Now let's walk your hands back to the center and walk yourself to the left. Let's give a lateral stretch to the right side of the body. Again, stay here, breathe in and breathe out. Let's come back to the center and you're coming all the way up. From here, I want you to gently use your knees on the floor and come all the way down to your mat on your belly. Let's extend your arms to the top of the mat. Put your forehead on the floor. Now let's lift your right leg and lift your left arm. Now let's switch to the other side. So lifting your left leg and right arm. So inhale when you're coming up. Exhale. And again, inhale when you're coming up. Exhale when you're coming down. So this is another great pose, which is strengthening the lower back muscles as well as again utilizing your glute muscles, gluteus maximus, gluteus minimus, and a lot of like nerves around that area. However, if you feel any pain while doing this pose, please come out of the pose because again there might be some discs involved that we don't know what's happening. So you are the best doctor for yourself by taking care of yourself, by doing the things which is good and not doing the things which is harming you. And doing this pose, this alternate balancing for a couple of probably at least again 6 or 7 rounds. You can again feel free to go more if you want. And eventually put your forehead on the floor. Now I want you only lifting the legs up. And then start to opening the legs to the right, toward the side, and then again bringing them back. So this is called abducting and again adducting. And it's important to just make sure that again you don't feel a bad pain in your lower back, because this shows even, this is one of the poses which can show us if there is a little bit of disc involved. So just again adducting and abducting. So continue doing this again for 5 or 6 rounds. And then eventually just whenever you get tired, just lower down the legs. Place your hands next to your rib cage. Press your hands coming to the plank position, but the knees are on the floor, and gently from here coming to the tabletop. Before we actually go to the next pose, which is the last pose, let's sit back all the way to the child pose. So we want to do the reverse of what we just did, because we were in a back bend. Now we're forward fold to make sure that the spine is going to get its natural curve. Staying here, breathe in and breathe out. And when you're ready, very gently come to your mat, lie down again. The last pose I want to show you here is the thread the needle, so which is a great hip opener, and again great pose for SI joints and sciatica pain. So place your right ankle on your left knee and then hug the left thigh, bring the left thigh up, interlace your fingers around the back of your left thigh. Flex both feet, the heels are out, you're pushing the heels out. Stay here, breathe in and breathe out. This is another great pose to relieve sciatica pain and giving more space and room around those nerves. Staying here for at least 7 to 10 deep breathing, and you can even do this pose at the wall. You can put your left foot at the wall, which gives. Now switch to the other side and place your left ankle on top of the right knee and then interlace your fingers around the back of your right thigh. Flex both feet. Stay here, breathe in and breathe out. So this is a great stretch for the lower back. You're pressing the lower back to the floor and engaging the glute muscles, the inner groin, all of the thigh muscles. Breathe in and breathe out. Again, staying here for another 5 to 6 breaths. Or if you have more time, you can do it for at least 10 breaths. And eventually, just putting your feet on the floor, coming out of thread the needle. Let's hug the knees one more time into your chest. Breathe in and breathe out. And now I want to show you another pose, which is done through with the help of a strap. So if you have a yoga strap, it's a great pose to do. We call it SI joint reset, which is resetting the joints, the SI joints basically at the back of the pelvis, and it relieves the pain if there is a little bit of pinched nerve or basically tightness in that area. So placing your feet, basically putting your feet on your strap and extending your feet all the way toward the ceiling. So it's okay to have a bend in the knees if needed. It's a good idea to wrap the strap around your arms. So stay here, find your balance on your mat. And now I want you to press your feet to outward. Basically, you're pushing your feet toward the outside. So one right foot is coming to the right and left foot is going to the left. So you're not moving the feet, you're just pushing the feet to the outside. And this helps with the relief of the pain on the back of the pelvis, and basically is engaging those muscles. So again, you can see that my feet are not really moving, they're just pushing to the strap. So do this, stay here for 2 to 3 breaths, and then just release. One more time, let's push to the strap through the outer arches of the feet, and just stay here for 2-3 breaths. Gently release. Again, let's push to the strap with the outer arches of your feet, so as if you're opening your legs, but you're not really opening your legs, you're just putting the energy into that. And gently release. So this is a pose, we call it SI joint reset, because it really resets those joints and helps to engage and as well as like relieve the pressure or decompress those areas. So again, one more time, pushing the feet outward and gently bring it back. Now bend your knees. Let's take the strap out. For the last time, hug the knees into your chest. Stay here, breathe in and breathe out. Then roll yourself to the right side like a fetal position. And then get help from your left hand and gently come all the way to the seated position. So it's important to come to the seated position in a very gentle way. So these were the positions I wanted to teach you today. I hope that you find them useful. Please put any comments or any feedback that you have. Also, if you have any question for me, I appreciate your comments and looking forward to see you for my next video. Namaste.